One of the biggest blows from NIO Day 2021 was that the Chinese carmaker did not announce its affordable brand. In William Lee's words, it will be to NIO what Toyota is to Lexus. Perhaps the announcement didn't happen because there are still discussions around the new brand. NIO is reportedly close to reaching a deal with BYD on its sub-brand. NIO is in deep contact with BYD, and the two sides are already at the end of the discussions about the cooperation. We're going to discuss what this impending partnership means for NIO stock, so sit tight and stay tuned. We've established that NIO staff members have recently appeared frequently at BYD, and the two sides are in contact with business cooperation. A local media outlet reports that the two corporations have been talking for a while now. The report didn't provide more information on the NIO sub-brand or what the partnership would be like, but suggested that the move comes at a time when several Chinese car companies are looking to diversify their battery suppliers. BYD's Blade battery has been favored by many leading car companies. Not only is Tesla's cooperation with BYD about to be finalized, but NIO is also in deep contact with BYD. That tells us what we need to know about BYD. It looks like the company offers a lifeline to EV manufacturing firms, and if the demand by EV companies like Tesla and NIO is anything to go by, then more EV corporations could be on the way. The report mentioned that in the past few years, with the rapid growth of electric vehicles, global sourcing chiefs from nearly every car company from around the world have visited CATL's headquarters in Ningda Fujian Province to lock in battery supplies. But at a time when CATL is running low on capacity, it's placing tough demands on its partners. While BYD is a competitor, it's also the producer of the Blade battery, an innovative LFP battery pack that promises to last more than 1.2 million kilometers. This would be the main interest NIO has with this partner, but we learned that there could be other factors involved as well. You see, CATL is the leading battery supplier for NIO, which is only second to Tesla as a customer. Although that seems like a solid partnership, it's actually quite a bit shaky. When NIO was in financial trouble in 2019, CATL demanded that the carmaker pay it first before shipping. At one point, a NIO executive took out proof of property before convincing the company to ship. The local media report cited people familiar with the matter as saying that William Lee, NIO's founder, chairman, and CEO, had told the team that it could care less about CATL's offer of a few cents more per watt hour of battery than other battery makers, and that the priority was to get a supply of batteries. Assuming NIO's annual sales are 100,000 vehicles and taking into account the spare batteries used for battery swap stations, the company needs at least more than 10 gigawatt hours of batteries, and the difference of a few cents per watt hour battery means additional costs of up to hundreds of millions. But while NIO is CATL's second largest customer after Tesla, Lee said in the company's third quarter earnings call that CATL was doing its best to secure battery supplies, but that's still the ceiling on NIO's deliveries. But then why are we looking at a potential NIO-BYD partnership? Is NIO looking to replace its battery supplier? If so, what could be the reason? Price, capacity, and power play a part in almost every potential risk, and these are the reasons for car companies to switch suppliers. Although these aspects may play a role in NIO's partnership with BYD, we see other possible reasons for that. First of all, NIO said it would be willing to make a partnership with other car makers that wanted to use its battery swapping system. It may be the case that BYD is interested in incorporating that system into its e-Platform 3.0, which would be an excellent competitive advantage. If BYD cars had NIO's battery swapping system, they could use all of the NIO power swap stations, which could create some difficulties for NIO owners. However, the higher volume in battery swaps would generate the need to increase the number of swap stations, and BYD builds cells. NIO could use a battery manufacturer as a partner for expanding its battery swapping network. CATL is China's largest power battery supplier, with 11.45 gigawatt hours installed in China in November and a 55% market share. This data came from the China Automotive Battery Innovation Alliance earlier in December. BYD's installed power battery volume in November was 3.46 gigawatt hours, with a market share of 16.6%, ranking second only to CATL. It's worth noting that it wouldn't be too much of a surprise if NIO ended up choosing BYD's batteries. NIO confirmed it would launch a sub-brand to enter the mass market when it reported second quarter earnings on August 12th. Lee said NIO will enter the mass market through the new brand, preparations for which have been accelerated and a core team has been established. The NIO brand is set to have a similar relationship with this new sub-brand as Lexus has with Toyota and Audi has with Volkswagen. Lee said NIO will launch the mass market brand hoping to be lower in price than Tesla, but the experience will surpass the latter. The average price of all NIO models currently on sale is much higher than Tesla. So why exactly is NIO launching a sub-brand? NIO's competitors are accelerating their all-around presence, leaving no segment of the price range untouched. The scaling effect from the dramatic hardware simplification and data-driven product iterations of smart cars may outpace traditional fuel cars. XPeng Motors and Li Auto both recently returned to the Hong Kong stock market to raise funds with the proceeds to be mainly used for new model development, new technology development, and scale expansion. Tesla started a price war with its Model Y standard range version released in July, priced at $42,557 after subsidies. That's a price that's cheaper than the previous version. The lowest price of Model Y is already lower than all NIO models currently on sale. Traditional foreign brands are also accelerating their counterattack. Mercedes-Benz has released a comprehensive electrification strategy that will see it launch pure electric models in all market segments by 2022. Mercedes plans to increase the share of pure electric model sales to 50% by 2025 and release 3 pure electric model architecture platforms to prepare for full pure electric by 2030. Volkswagen Group recently unveiled its 2030 new auto strategy, which will see it launch a new all-electric integration platform. Volkswagen plans to produce all-electric models based on the SSP platform starting in 2026, covering entry to luxury models. The company also wants to see sales of its all-electric models account for 50% of all model sales by 2030, while it's transforming itself into a software-driven mobility services provider. China's traditional homegrown brands are also trying to seize the industry's changing opportunities by accelerating their expansion and launching premium all-electric models. Competitors are accelerating their counterattack, and competition in the new energy vehicle market is intensifying. With so many new players joining the field, the real war has just begun, leaving a short window for new car makers, including NIO. Compared with their competitors, the new car makers are still far enough away in terms of scale and profitability, and their ability to withstand risks is relatively weak. They must seize the precious window of the next 3 to 5 years to expand the scale of sales as soon as possible, amplify their advantages, and make up for their shortcomings in order to win the chance of survival. 2021 was a relatively flat year for NIO's development, with no new models launched. According to the data released by NIO, one can find that the growth rate of NIO sales and revenue is decreasing. That's why the company is executing the plan to launch a sub-brand. The aim is to improve sales and revenue, and that's why NIO is probably looking to also switch its battery supplier. The company is seeking to diversify its production. We'll definitely see a much better NIO in 2022. Let us know what you think via the comments section. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Until next time.